Okay, guys, so we are looking at this question. This is the first question that came from the 2019 paper. Please, if you all can pull your 2019 paper. It's a soft copy that was shared on the group chat, the WhatsApp group chat for this class. It was shared last week, Mondays. Some of us have it in our past paper booklet as a hard copy. Most of us do not. So those of us who do not, please go to the group and please pull the paper from there. Okay, so we are looking at the May 2019 paper. We are looking at the first question. This first question that's on your paper, it's a question 2A, where this question asks you to create the required document. It asks you to use A4 or letter size paper. And we all agreed last day that there is no setting to change this because this is the default setting in Microsoft Word. So if a question asks you to use A4 or letter size paper, you just go ahead and start typing. There is nothing to change there. The first thing that the question asks you to do is to create a suitable letterhead with an appropriate logo. Remember, an appropriate logo means that you are finding a picture online, and it tells you to use the following information. So let me switch back across to my Word document. So this is the Word document. This represents the logo. This represents the logo here. Right, so we have this picture here as something our logo. Let me just use a shape. Right, so this represents our logo, and this is the information that is found on the letterhead. Right, this entire part here represents the information on the letterhead. So this is quite correct, what we are seeing here. Does anybody have any issues in how to do a letterhead? Can I see by a raise of hands, perhaps? Okay. So I'm seeing that Nathaniel is okay. I'm seeing Michael is okay. Good. Now, basically, very good. Now, basically, when you have to do a letterhead, you guys can do it using a header. In this case, in this question, this person would have only put the picture to represent the logo inside of the letterhead, right? If you wanted, all parts of the information can go into the letterhead. That is not an issue. This is also correct. It is not incorrect. You can also choose to do the letterhead as normal on your paper on your sheet there if you don't choose to do it in a header and in everything header, so it could remain as is. So this is correct as is based on the question. You have the logo and you have the information. It tells you on page 3 that the letter is on page 3 and you're using a fully block style letter. So let's take a look at this. Is this a fully block style? Yes, it is, because fully block style means that everything is straight down on the left-hand side of the column. So that is correct. Let's go back to the question. It tells you to use the following margins. If anybody has any questions to ask, please feel free to use the chat option on the app, please. We are going to check the margins. So how do I check margins? To check the margins, I'll go to layout, I'll go to margins. The margin setting would be on the left and the right, 1.25 and 1 inch on the top and bottom. So let's check that. If you look, there's a setting right here on your screen. There's a setting right here that has that automatic setting, which says the top and the bottom is 1 inch each, and the left and the right is 1.25. If by chance you do not see that option, it's not an issue. You could come down to custom margins, and you could set it in here manually. You can either type it in, or you can use the up and down arrows to increase and decrease the size of your margin. When you're finished, you can hit OK. Is everybody okay with that? Does everybody understand that? Can I see by a show of hands again if you all are okay with the margins? Great. Moving on, you have to save the letter as catering, which the person did already. So we're going down on the screen. So we start typing and let's start let's see if this is correct. It tells you that you have to put in the current date. So let's take a look at that. So yes, it has the date that the person would have done this particular exercise. So that is correct. It also has by 50th, the TH should be on the top because that is what superscript means. So yes, that is also correct. So that's correct. This is also correct. Let's see what else we have to do. About your 50th birthday. That is what this line says here, about your 50th birthday, which is correct here. This is supposed to be a new paragraph, this 100 line, which is also correct. So this is also correct here. This is not 4 p.m., but it's actually 6 p.m. So that is also correct. Very good. It should just be the word guest. Which is correct. The U here, though, should be a capital letter. It should be a capital letter U. So this should be a capital letter. Okay, because that is what we are seeing here. It should be a capital letter U. Right, I'm moving down here. Cocktail. Right, so this is correct. Party is in a lowercase p. I'm seeing that here.
Yeah.
Yep, so that is correct. Very good. Going down, performer invoice, those two letters should be in capital. I'm also seeing that, so this is correct. And this is also correct. Right, this is also correct here. This is also correct because it does not belong on the right hand side. It belongs on the left hand side, and the person also spelled out all these short acronyms there. So that is also correct. And ENC means enclosed. Very good. So this was done really well. Just one error where this U should have been a capital letter. Please ensure that your mics are on mute, please. I'm seeing some of your mics are not muted. Please mute your mics so I'm not hearing any background noises there. I'm seeing 2 students. You still have it unmuted. Please take the volume of your mics. Is there any questions here, guys? Does anybody have any questions for me here regarding this 2019 question?
Hi, good day, Miss.
Hi, good day.
I now get to log in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for 2019 part
19,
paper, and I'm not
right,
seeing it.
right. Right. So the announcement earlier was, are you a part of the group
Yeah,
on the WhatsApp group? Well,
yeah,
that
we now get added.
okay. So what I would like you to do, you can probably private message the program manager and just ask him to send it for you, right?
Okay, thank
Because
you.
it would have shared it was shared last week Monday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Or if there's anybody that has access to it there on the group, can you all please forward it to that student there? Thank you. Does anybody have any questions regarding this? This one particular question, or are you guys okay with it? Right? If you're okay with it, I would like you guys to raise your hand so I could know that I would be able to move on. Good job. Great, guys. Great. So I'm glad. Make sure now, I know you all should definitely be practicing all of these questions, because this question is based on letter writing. It's also based on manuscript symbols. So please make sure that you guys are practicing not just the questions that I give, but the extra time you will have at home. You will have the possible booklet. Feel free to try as much questions as you all wish. Okay. Earlier, I
yes.
saw that I had a message that came up there that my time is going to run out. So what I'm going to do, guys, let's just let's see if we could continue, right? Let me see how much time I have thing left there, right? Okay, let me just see what's the other question, and then I'm going to share my screen again with you. Okay, so I have one question here from a student that is asking me what is the meaning of superscript. And for those of us who were logged on last week, as a refresher as well, superscript means, for example, if you look here, you have 50 and the TH is right after the ending 0. Now, automatically in Microsoft Word, when you type 50 and the TH and you hit the space bar, what happens is that the TH will go up to the top. When that TH moves up to the top of your date, that is called superscript. Okay, so for that student who asked that question, if you could just message me back, let me know if you understand what I'm saying there. Okay, great. Great, okay. I'm going to share my screen again, and now I'm going to move on to the Excel question, which is the second question that we had to do as well, right? So I'm going to move on to that now. All right. Is everybody seeing that Excel screen up?
Yeah.
Yes, great. Okay, so I'm gonna go down to the question. Remember, when I'm going through, guys, please ensure that you mute your mics, and you can, and when I ask you a question, you can feel free to unmute and answer, but please mute it so that I'm not hearing any background noises. Okay, so we are looking at this question. This is question 2B. It is an Excel question, and we agreed last week that it was an Excel question because of the fact that this question asks you to use formulae. And the only application that we have used formula in would have been Microsoft Excel. Even though the question does not specify what application to use, you have to know which is the best application to use. And last week we were able to determine that because of the use of the word formulae, it means that we are able to use Microsoft Excel. Yeah? So for those of you who did this question, you can please pull it up on your end. For those of you asking when you should do the paper, I'm guessing these are some of us who were not on last week. It was actually due today. So if you haven't done it as yet, we can just go through the corrections together, and then after class, you can, at some point after class, you all can sit and you can do the paper on your own. Okay, guys, I'm going back to share my screen with you. Okay, let's see what we had to do in this question here. So in this question here, the first thing we are going to do is check our margin setting. So to check your margin setting, it's done exactly how it's done in Microsoft Word, same exact thing. You go to page layout, you go to margins, you can go down to custom margins, and in custom margins, you can set your margin option there. Okay, so you use your measurement for top, bottom, left, and right. When you set your top, left, bottom, and the right margins, then you go ahead and you click on OK, and that is how you set margins in Excel. So it's page layout and it's margins, and you set your margin instruction. There's a message that just came up here. It told me that I have less than a minute. So I'm going to come off and come back on so you all can log in again. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, miss.
Okay.